Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, where we are looking ahead to a very exciting 2026 and to talk about the best bits, maybe the worst bits, the most exciting bits is none other than Ash. How are you doing?
Nobs, I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. How are you?
Not too
Happy New
bad.
Year.
You've had a good 20. We're recording this in like the second, right? So, have you had a good
Yeah.
22 days of 2026 so far? It's
So
been
far,
okay?
it's been amazing. These two. I just did a shard pull and I got the red lady, dude. I got the I really lucked out. 2026 was kind to me. The not red
Cecilia,
lady, the
right?
red hope. Cecilia.
Yeah,
There we go.
yeah. Sick. Oh, wow.
The red lady is Lady Annabelle. That's the red lady. But yeah, Cecilia. So I'm thrilled with that. And who knows? We got something. I mean, we probably know more by the time this goes live, but we have like a new teaser coming. So
Right.
already starting the year off with a bang. And how about you? How was your new year? How are things going?
Yeah, it's been good so far. It's been good. Like New Year's, like yeah, okay, let's eat healthier, do well. New Year's Day is like cake for breakfast. Okay, here we go. So it's like
Right?
we pushed it back a day or two, but
It's always the
tomorrow's
move.
healthy.
Yeah,
It's good.
tomorrow is when things start. Do you have like a resolution? Are you a resolution guy?
Not really, just sort of vaguely, like I'll make sure
Yeah,
to walk the dog more often and stuff. Or I've been
sure.
meaning to teach her to walk to heel. I'm like, I should actually do that. 'Cause she's getting out. She's almost 1 year old now. I'm like, yeah, she kind of needs to learn that at
It
some
feels like
point.
just yesterday that she was brand new, but that's
Yeah,
nice, man. Cool.
time flies. Time
It
flies.
does. It
It's
does,
all
man.
yeah, but we'll see. Maybe time is gonna fly as well with all these different raid features. What I've done is I've broken them down into a few different months and stuff that they've basically from a few different interviews that Plarium has done over the last few months. Things they have teased, either that are coming at a specific time or roughly specific time, or things that they're looking at for 2026 at some point. So yeah, let's go through them. Let's see what they've said, and I want to get your insight, Ash, in terms of like what are you most excited about? What do you want to see? And what are you like, yeah, that's cool, but bring me on to the next thing. I don't care too much about that. Let's see. Let's start and let us
Yeah,
know
for
as
sure,
well in the
man.
comments, guys. So January looks to be a pretty big one. So I'm not exactly sure what they meant by this, and I rewatched the video, and it was still kind of unclear to me. But like, there is a new faction coming. It is coming. We'll see. It's coming in March, I'm pretty sure. But they teased the first champ for the new faction, and I don't know if we're getting that first champion in January, or if they're just gonna like reveal the kit in January, or what's gonna happen. Ash, I don't know if you have any theories about.
Well, you're the one who did the
I
interview.
know, I
So,
know.
but
I should
my
know, but I don't.
I remember that was like the final question of the interview
Right.
on your channel, and then before you switched it to Boozers. So I
Mm.
listened to that a few times because I was telling you off air, man. I'm a sucker for this like roadmap ambiguity stuff. Like I like guessing. I don't know why, but I feed right into it. But I my impression was that the faction is coming this month, like imminently, and that but only one champion will be released
Mm.
until March and the anniversary where they'll start putting the other champions out. That's not what she said verbatim, but that was my impression. So
Yeah.
I don't because like how else would you introduce the first champion? What is it going to be in another faction, then switch it over?
Yeah, weird. Yeah, it is what kind of they have to do. It's just gonna be strange, I suppose, if you go
Yeah.
into the index and it's like one champ in there. But yeah,
Yeah.
maybe
Well,
that's
we
what they're
did
gonna
have
do.
one champ only in Sylvan Watchers and Shadowkin, correct? Like I think
Did
it was
they?
Yoshi the Drunkard by himself for a while in Shadowkin, if I remember correctly.
I don't.
And
Yeah.
was it Elva by herself for a while in Sylvan Watchers, like Elva and Duden or something? I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe I'm
Yeah.
wrong.
I actually don't remember. It's been so long, so
I know,
I
right?
I guess we'll find out pretty soon. I mean,
We
definitely we've
will.
seen a teaser for
I'm
what is.
excited for it though. Yeah.
Yeah, like they've teased what I think is the new fusion. I'm pretty sure, and it's not the new champion that they showed from the faction before. So that might be like an event or something.
Do you think it's the fusion? Do you think it's a fusion this close after the last fusion? I mean, I guess
Yeah.
when is this video going to go live? Sorry for asking you while it's recording.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, by the time this video
We'll
goes
probably
live, we
know.
might know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I think it is, right? Because I was looking at last year, Lady Noel ended the same day Yuki Masa ended, 31st December, and 8th of January was Mad Hatter. It was like bang right after.
Oh my
So
God. Okay.
I
Okay.
think I
Okay.
think it's gonna, yeah, I'm pretty sure. We'll find out. You guys might know already.
I thought it
Um,
was an IP collab, but I guess Mad Hatter was an IP collab too. So I don't know.
yeah,
We'll see.
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see. Well,
Either way,
but
I'm excited about the faction. I'm also surprised. I don't know why I'm surprised, but I was surprised that she kind of went on the record and said it's not the final faction either. Just
Yeah.
because like the screen, that's as far as we go down on the index. I'm blocking it too, but yeah.
Oh yeah, but I wasn't too shocked by that. I'm like, like it would be kind of weird if they're gonna keep the game going another 5 years and be like, I will
True.
never ever do another faction. It'd be kind of a
True.
strange restriction.
I just
Like if they've
assume that, like, okay, the spots are all full. There it is. But yeah, you're right.
if they've got cool ideas, go for it, Larry. I'm like, yeah. What was really interesting to me was them talking about how, yeah, it might be like more monstrous stuff in the faction. That was kind of interesting. Like sort of
Yeah.
teasing that, like, ooh, they might have some really cool designs in there. Do stuff a
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
differently. I'm like, okay, let's go.
Okay. Yeah. It definitely fits that whatever that teaser image was,
Mm, mm,
So we'll
yeah.
see.
We'll see. All right. Well, other stuff that is definitely coming in. I think it was January. It was to empower IP champions. So this is stuff like the Turtles. It's stuff like, I don't know, He-Man, that sort of thing. Predators, another
Predator.
example. That
Yeah.
they have other champions you can empower them with, but they'll basically update it so that you can empower them with duplicates. If you happen to have, like, I don't know, 2 Predators, you're like, what am I going to do with the second one? You could use him to empower your first one. So that's a nice.
Yeah. To me, like,
thing.
not to be negative, but like, bro, like that should have been there. Like, you
Yeah.
can't use a dupe. You can use others. Like let's add that in immediately. But whatever, that's coming. That's cool.
Yeah. The event dungeon is coming back, which obviously implies, I'd say, a new event happening of some sort in January.
Indeed.
I think Xenomorph is the login stuff for that has ended, so it leaves space for a free login. It could be the new champ for new faction. I don't know. What was really interesting, at least to me, I don't know if you felt this way, but that they're going to add 5 stages that are, you fight it once, no energy cost. It's just a big challenge. So just challenge stages for endgame players for like bragging rights, maybe some cool rewards. But yeah, I thought that was kind of a really fun idea. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, man. I think it's a cool way to add difficulty to the game without stressing out the broader player base, right? That's not going to be able to accomplish that. I guess it still will, because I think that sometimes if you just have it in the game and you can't do it, it's going to frustrate you regardless. But I think it's cool, man. I welcome it. So again, no energy cost on this. Nothing, only one shot on you, not one shot, but rather you beat it once and it's done. Yeah, I think it's cool. I think it's cool.
Yeah, sweet. I do think the event dungeon needed something new, because I think that, a lot of the Grim Forest stages are kind of like mini event dungeons. So it's like, okay, we need something special in that event dungeon to make it more unique. And yeah, I'll be curious to see what gear set they bring back for this one, whether it's Chronophage or Pinpoint or what, or both.
I think
maybe.
they'll probably do Chronophage again, just because they only did one, right? It was only one, obviously, Chronophage. But as much as I personally Pinpoint better, so I'd rather them do Pinpoint again. But I don't know. How would you feel about both? Would that be too?
No,
It'd be too scarce, probably, right? No,
I think go for it, right? Especially because we're having Mercurial now, and they've talked about, we'll see some of the later points, they are going to be reworking some older gear sets to be variable sets. I'm like, you know what? Just let people get the stuff, get lots of gear, build cool builds. True. I think that's fun. So I'd be super up that. Get rid of some of the rubbish sets in that event dungeon. Put in some good ones. Like, why not?
I know, man. I mean, the event dungeon, I mean, this is probably way too big of an ask, but to your point, like making it all 9-piece variable, that'd be really awesome, instead of like you're farming, ice golem, glorified ice golem.
All right. Well, there we go. We also going to have live arena background battles. That's pretty cool. And then I don't know when exactly this one is. This might have been February, but they're going to update the soul market to have like 2 more slots for legendary champions, but no mythicals. But it will update like 4 times a day. So yeah, a couple of smaller quality of life things there. I'm pretty happy about the background battles. I don't know about you. Or like, how have you found background battles so far? Do you use them much? Do they need an update? What do you think?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's always this tug of war with Raid, right? With Plarium, right? It's like you always want more player base, and then they give you a little, but you're like, okay, great, but we want more and better, and so there's always that natural kind of give and take. So I'm a person though, like in life, where if I disagree with somebody, or if somebody does something bad, but then they change their ways and they start to do good, like I applaud it. I'm not someone who's just like, screw you, even though I just did this with the with what was I talking about when they said they should have done this a long time ago? Oh, the dupe empowerment. But like I'm cool with the background battles. I use background battles, a lot. If I given the option, unless I'm trying to like get more efficient with my team or make up time or something like that, usually I just always use background battles. I'm excited because I love live arena. So I'm excited about live arena background battles. It will be really nice to just farm Sand Devil and Shogun or whatever I'm doing in the background, work on a fusion. But I think I'm probably, preaching to the choir here, but I think that background battles, it's still not going to be quite, hopefully, the finalized what it can be, right? Because I think that the beauty of like Etherea's background battles, if you've ever played that game, I'm sure other games have it too, is that, as long as you're not doing auto battles, you can engage in a one-off battle anywhere when you're doing background battles. And to me, that's kind of the final version, right? That way, you can go in and optimize, work on Faction Wars progression, for example, or something like that. Tediously try to land, but kill 10 champions with bomb debuffs or something while you're doing background battles in the fusion in the background. To me, that's the final one. But I'm excited about all of that. The soul market. The only thing that annoys me about the soul market, man, is just like, is really frankly that they don't, the mythical wish list, the lack of mythical wish lists, the lack of mythicals in the shop at all. Like to me, it's just like, dang, man, that's kind of a bummer. But other than that, 4 times a day has pros and cons, right? Because you have to check in 4 times a day.
Exactly. Log in more.
It's like, dude, that's a lot. It's good, but it's also a lot to check in. Now, I'm sure I'll miss quite a few.
Yeah, I totally agree with basically everything you said. One thing that they talked about, but I don't think they've given a time frame for, is for actually expanding out the live arena windows. They've said that they want to have it open 24/7.
Yes.
They said that a few months ago. They haven't mentioned it since. That could easily be something that's pushed back. I think that will combo pretty well with this one. I think if this goes live as it is right now, you might have done your background battles in the morning. Like for me, I wake up at wherever I start work at 9. Live arena's closed just before then. It doesn't open till 1 p.m. So I might be done my background battles before live arena even happens. It'll be nice when it's 24/7. Hopefully they still will keep with that. I don't know. We'll see. But
agree. Yeah.
Overall hype rating for January. What do you think? Let's say out of 10.
This is just January, man. It's pretty solid. I don't know. I'm gonna go event, Christmas, IP, empowerment, champions. I think a lot of it's gonna have to do with whatever the heck is coming in this in the 8th, if that's a banger of a champion or a free login or a whole IP thing, then hey, it could be a freaking 9 January. If not, then maybe, it's still a lot. I'll probably give it like a 6 or a 7. What about you?
Okay. Yeah. I was thinking like, it sort of depends. Yeah. It depends on how it works. I'd say I'm thinking ahead to March with the new faction being much more hype. Maybe we'll see. I'll say like an 8. I think, yeah. Because you were thinking, what, 9 or 7?
If we get the event dungeon with the stages and a new faction announced with the legendary in the new faction, it's like, okay, we got a 10 January.
Yeah, could go way. It could totally. It could go way up, man. It could.
Yeah,
it really could.
We'll see. We just don't know yet.
Here's a quick question actually for you. Like, I was shocked when they had Alien versus Predator so soon after the Turtles. I was like, I didn't expect another one for ages. Do you think the next collab, whatever, like if there is an event here in January, do you think it will be another like crossover with an existing IP or something more general like Asgard Divide?
I don't know. It does seem very early to do another one. The Turtles, Alien versus Predator, and then boom, right back into an IP collab. So I would probably I just don't know. We don't know.
Yeah.
But
do you have a preference?
It does seem too rushed. But at the same time, they've been such a huge success for the game. If you look at like the data from last year, I think it might have been Raid's like biggest year financially and player wise. And that's crazy for a 7-year-old game. And what was the big thing is like more and more and more popular IP collabs. So, Plarium being a business and MTG, I wouldn't be shocked if we go super heavy on IP collabs this year. I wouldn't be shocked if there wasn't like 5 or so IP collabs, know? What about you? What do you think?
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. Like I'm still like disbelieving in the sense I'm like, okay, I think they'll do a general like Chaos Awakes type thing. And then I'm sure they'll have some big hard hitting IP collab in the first quarter of 2026.
Yeah.
But we'll see. And I'm also expecting a big event like Chaos Awakes, though, probably around the new fusion, new faction. That would make sense. It's their own lore, mostly, I assume. So yeah, I kind of expect a big event around that. That'd be sick. Get a couple of the new champions from the new faction. Cool themed events. I'd imagine that might drop in March if that happens. So I don't know. Maybe yeah, maybe they'll do some sort of IP
It
thing
is
before
like
that. I don't know, but yeah.
we have quite a few, not to belabor the point, and we'll move on to February, but like we
No.
have some puzzle pieces here, right, Nubs? We have like, okay, there's one champion coming from the new faction.
Yeah.
There's this teaser,
Mm.
and we know they're IP happy, they're IP collab happy. How does it all fit in, you know? And then we know that. So like, I don't know. I mean, we'll know in a day or a week or a month,
That's
so we'll
true.
see.
That is true. Okay. February looks kind of more small, and it's very possible that some of these things could end up being in February instead.
Yeah.
The stuff that I found that they were confirming for February would be filters for gemstones and just broader filters in the game in general, which is good. Because trying to manage your relics is a nightmare. And then super rates for Iron Twins, which is like, okay, yeah, it's okay, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel about this. To me, this is stuff like, yeah, it's great. It's in the game. Could have been there before, but it's fine. It's fine. I don't know.
How often they do? I mean, you would know this more than I, but like, what was the cadence? How many fusions were there in 2025? Do you know offhand? Like 8 or so?
Fusions? No, I think there's 12. I think it's one per month. Maybe
Oh,
13.
dang.
Actually, I think it is 13. It's
Oh my
slightly
God.
faster than one per month, I think.
Holy mackerel, man. I didn't
I think so.
realize that we've gotten that intense on the fusions.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll have a fusion too in February then, I guess.
Oh, yeah,
by that
definitely.
logic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they can't have a billion events going on every single month. So like I'm okay with some off months personally.
Mhm.
We already have so much, there's I mean, I'm not going to talk about the time stuff, but like, yeah, there's a lot to do.
Yeah.
Gemstone filters, man, it's a small little thing. I
Yeah.
don't know if I'm the only one, but I remember bringing it up on a closed door call, and I felt like they didn't even know what I was talking about, man. I mean, maybe, do you remember that when I asked about it, or like?
I don't, but I missed a few of those because of just
Okay,
stuff.
because
But
I was
I'm
like,
not sure if
"Where's
that's
the
right.
gemstone filter?" And they're like, "There already is a filter," but they meant the relic filter. But like to me, it's for instance, day one, it's bothered me that I can't identify gemstones on already equipped relics very easily,
Yeah.
because I don't know. I just feel like sometimes with gemstones, I'm very lazy about it, and I only use gemstones that aren't equipped because I'm not going to pay the damn starstones anyway to remove them.
Exactly. Yeah. Where's my filter equipped gemstones? It's
I
coming
know.
in February,
Yeah.
so that's
So I'm
good.
excited about that, honestly. Like I've been looking for that since day one. So,
Mm.
and I see that you're just as broke as I am Starstone wise, even after Chimera just finished.
Dude, this is a good tweak for me. I was at 6-star stone for so.
Oh, I was at 11.
Oh my god, yeah. I hate Starstone with a passion. I'm like, if this just didn't exist, the game would be better. There's no point in those burnt
Dude,
chicken nuggets. Get them out.
We screamed about free gear removal for about like 5
Yeah.
years.
Yeah,
How
yeah,
about free relic removal?
free relic removal.
Free
But yeah,
gemstone
hype
removal,
hype rating for
please.
February. Low mid, I guess, like 3 or
Yeah,
4.
I mean, what are you gonna go with? I don't know. I'll go with a 5, I guess.
Okay, I was gonna go with like 3, so we'll call it 4.
Okay.
We'll go 4.5. We'll be positive.
It's
We'll be
tough because
positive.
it's like 2 little dinky quality of lifey type things, but I actually care about, especially the gemstones. Iron Twins, I don't know. If I'm gonna forget to do one thing a day, it's probably Iron Twins, but it's probably because I'm a dirty pay to win too, But I do it, try to do it most days.
Yeah, I hope they make it like just you do the 6 keys in one. Just get it done
That would
quickly.
be
Yeah,
that would be amazing, but I doubt they will.
we'll see.
Probably 3.
All right, then we've got March. Oh, there's one that you requested here, the Harvest Jack buff. So 3 fairly substantial things for March. New faction, the full release of that, which I'm imagining could be like 8 champions or 10, like I would guess. Harvest Jack buff, and then friendly arena battles, which again has been massively requested. So March is looking pretty and like I said, probably a big event for the new fusion faction alongside that.
There'll be a huge fusion. There'll be all these freebies usually because it's the anniversary month.
Yeah,
it's the 8th anniversary
I'll put
in
that
March.
in actually.
Yeah, and they had on the 6th anniversary we had Armand's fusion, 7th anniversary Fabian fusion. So 2 of the better fusions. So I'm expecting a banger fusion in the new faction in March with a bunch of free celebration stuff.
Mhm.
Hopefully,
Yeah. For me, this is probably the most hype month, I would say. As you said, like the anniversary, like Fabian and Armand's, like that's the level we're talking. Like game change, annoying to fight against, but you get them very, very happy. So it's like probably if you were to bet, I think for any month to have a must do fusion that's game changing for your account and you don't want to miss, I say March is the one. And the fact it's dropping beside a new faction as well, I think it's pretty insane. Harvest Jack, but let's cover that before the friendly arena battles. Harvest Jack, where did that come from?
Dude, in a Halloween video, in like the day before Halloween or whatever it was, you know, or beginning of October, I forgot.
Yeah,
but I just was like, I kind of got on him like in a little bit of a tongue in cheek, but I'm like, dude, how about the balancing this month? How about you do Brackets the Shifter and Harvest Jack, man? It's Halloween. They both need a buff, you know, they both were cool upon release in 2019 Halloween. So like, can we do it? Can we do it? You know? And so that was where that stemmed from. And then like when she had, so like, I don't know. I mean, I'm happy about it. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like it's really turned, because she mentioned me in the interview. Like, I'm sure Ash will be very happy. So like, yes, I am happy about the Harvest Jack buff.
Yeah, I will say he is like visually so cool, right?
So cool. He's got the starting champion skulls on his necklace, man. You know that?
Yeah, this guy's sick. He deserves to be good. Like, I want any like super unique champion like this. They deserve to be good. So yeah, I'm hyped
I can't
for
wait
it.
to see. I hope they give him a good buff, you know?
Yeah. I did think it was funny that it was like, you asked for the buff in Halloween, then at Christmas they told us it's coming in spring.
Yeah, I know.
You could have just waited for Halloween 2026.
I guess
it's fine.
A
but
lot
whatever.
of work in that fine tuning on Harvest Jack, you know.
Yeah.
We'll see. I have high hopes for Harvest Jack, so we'll see.
Yeah. They listen, to be fair. So hey, cool. Friendly arena battles. Actually, something I'm kind of looking forward to. My understanding is that I think they talked before about potentially testing out siege defenses. I think it seems to me that they're not really talking about that anymore, or that they're intending for the friendly arena battles just be like, oh, just fight each other with your siege teams in arena and test it out that way because it works just fine. But yeah,
I got the same vibe.
Yeah, so it's like, set up, invite someone to. I don't know how it's going to work exactly. There's no friends list or anything, so who knows? Maybe just your clan, but invite people in and fight in an arena. I think like set up your own draft, sort of, I guess, and
I don't know. It'd be cool if they did a full-fledged feature where there was like a UI that pops up and you can have a draft setting, have a snake, whatever, like have different parameters that you can put in, like epics only, rares only, certain factions only. Yeah. That would be, to me, the ideal way that they would do this. And then you could share like an invite link or whatever. However, my gut says it's probably going to be something fairly rudimentary where like you can put attack this team into the chat, into your clan chat.
Yeah, it could be
that's how it was introduced in Clash of Clans probably like a decade ago. Is like, you just pops up as like a friendly battle in the actual chat, you know?
Okay, yeah, that would make sense.
Either way, it's cool though, man. I like that.
Yeah, you could drop in your clan chat.
For the viewers out there, like maybe your clan would be into this, maybe they wouldn't, but like it gives, forget just content creators, obviously it gives us stuff that we could do with our communities, but clans, like you could have a little contest, maybe throw in a $20 gift card or something, and like who can win the rare, best of 3 or something like that. It could be fun,
Yeah.
It allows the players to have a little bit of autonomy in terms of like making cool contests and stuff amongst their clanmates.
Yeah, I think it's sick. Like I'm not too pushed myself about like hosting CC tournament, like whatever arena tournaments. I think some of the other guys are gonna absolutely love that. I'm looking forward to watching it, but I'm too lazy to organize something like that.
Dude, I see you doing a lot of live arena though, man.
I like live arena. Yeah, I love it. So like I'll totally be using this to test out like some siege defenses and stuff like that, because it can be really hard to know. I'm like, oh, I've got this great idea for a siege defense.
I know.
Throw it into my tag arena and see how it does. Or I'm like, I want to see people actually attack it and know what it was like. It's so hard to know. I tell you, actually, a fun thing we had in our cluster was like the 2 top Cthulhu clans fought each other in Siege. So then everyone filmed their attacks and then uploaded it to this giant folder on Google so that people could actually, it's basically trying to recreate this friendly arena battles thing. Like that's how much the players want it that are engaged in PvP. So I'm really happy that's coming. Yeah, I think it's sick.
I'm very curious on your viewers if they would prefer friendly arena battles, or just simply replay watching, simply replay of old battles. Obviously, maybe we could have both someday, but it'd be really cool to see if you lose in the arena, to watch and see how you lost in the arena,
Mhm.
or even better, siege. So you could learn from people who went before you or whatever.
Yeah, I'd probably prefer replays myself, but I'll take
Yeah.
this as a nice step for sure. But I will.
Well, you know
I'm
how it
curious
is
what
in
viewers
siege.
think.
I'm sure your clan's the same way, but it's just like, golly, you got to go to Discord or go to your clan chat and be like, okay, what did post 16? What were the speeds? Were they in stone skin? It's just
Yeah.
like, it'd be nice
Yeah.
just to watch it.
Yeah, yeah. But okay, so I think that is everything that's dropping confirmed for March. Hype rating overall, it's got to be high, right? Right?
I mean, yeah, dude, maybe a 9.
9.
You know,
Okay, I'm
what do
down
you
for
think?
9.
What do you think?
Yeah, I'd say I'm gonna go 9.5. We don't get a
All
new
right.
faction that often. I'm hyped to see. Like they always knock it out of the park with champ designs and just capturing the imagination that way, and just getting really excited to collect these new champions. I'm really excited for it. I think they did a great job with the Sylvan, and Shadowkin.
Same.
The more recent the faction is like just guaranteed to have banger champions and everything. So yeah, I'll
Agree.
go high. I think this is one of the most exciting months, and
And it
yeah,
feels like years and years since Sylvan Watchers,
been a
I
while.
think
It's
it has
been a
been, right?
while.
And one thing I noticed too is, well, let me see your next thing here,
Oh,
the TBD early before
yes.
I.
So for this is basically stuff which they've talked about coming early in 2026, but they haven't locked down a specific time. At least I think most of these were talked about for early 2026. Could be easily be pushed back later, but Live Arena 24/7. They mentioned they wanted to bring that early in the year. We'll see if that actually happens. More 3x super raids. That would be pretty cool, right? We've got 3x super raids for Faction Wars hard, which is great. So yeah, expanding that. Fixing the
Mhm.
leaderboard red dot. We just had it the last couple of days, right? The red, you just like click off this leaderboard. It's like, yep, boom, great, good
Very
job,
nice.
everyone. Cool. See you next week. Instant tag team battles. So that's I think a really nice time saver. Just come in, click the thing, auto complete. Cool. And then a pretty impactful one, I think, but upgrading swift parry and deflection from 4-piece sets to 9-piece variable sets. And then I'm assuming that like the accessories will drop from probably just Platinum Arena. So it'll be a real reason. So they've updated this as well recently in the last year too, with like the blind matchmaking and the time changes and stuff. So I assume that they will, make pushing Platinum actually matter a lot more, because it hasn't really mattered in a long time, I think. So
No,
yeah, those are what I've got.
Okay. Yeah, man. I mean, all good stuff. Personally, I think I'm very interested to see what they do with Swift Parry. I mean, both sets,
Yeah.
honestly, but Swift Parry, I'm already, big fan with like all my Carnage and whatnot. So I want to see what they
Mm-hmm.
do. Beyond that, how they make it a 9-piece. I think that's a cool way to upgrade not just those two sets, but a
Yeah.
lot of the underwhelming sets. You could either focus on the Doom Tower sets, which largely outside of lethal are kind of meh, or just the dungeon sets. So I do like the idea. You just got to be careful about watering down at the same time, right? Like if you're putting these into the pools, you just don't want crappy 9-piece sets too. So like
True.
there is a thin line somewhere, but overall, I'm excited about it all. I don't know. Were you gonna say something? Sorry, deflection.
No, I was just thinking like I could easily see Swift Parry. They could easily make it 100% chance, like at 9 pieces or something like that.
Yeah,
Even
yeah,
unkillable
yeah.
for 2 turns or something crazy, and have more
Mhm.
speed on it. I wonder if they'll keep the crit damage, because that is a little bit weird.
Yeah,
But I don't
yeah.
know. And then yeah, deflection again could be really powerful. Like if that goes up to like a 50% chance to deflect debuffs, that starts to get pretty good. Or I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Maybe you
certainly
deflect debuffs and a little damage too. I
could
don't know.
be. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, they could
Interesting.
do some really fun stuff. I love the idea of expanding some of these sets that, are kind of forgotten about into. I think variable sets are just more interesting personally. I think it's a
Yeah.
nightmare to manage accessories. That's my
Yes.
biggest wish list thing for
Agreed.
2026 is please make it better. Well, I have a little wish list section we can blitz to at the end, but
Okay.
yeah, I think this is
Well,
this to me is exciting for sure.
I like all this stuff. I'm surprised they're doing instant battle tag team. To me, that kind
Yeah.
of shows that maybe I'm wrong here, but like to me, that means they're really throwing in the towel on tag team. They're like
Right. Yeah.
instant battles. Go ahead, guys, have at it. You don't
Yeah.
even have to look at it.
It's something to bear in mind with like the stuff that hasn't been locked in for a time. Like I definitely remember them saying before, like, oh yeah, we're gonna look into revamping Tag Team
They did.
Arena. And
They
like
did.
never, I'm pretty sure they just made Siege instead, right? And they abandoned
Yeah.
Tag Team. Like they could easily say, yeah, we're really looking hard into revamping this content, and then it will never happen. Like I'm pretty sure Curse City, they said they were looking to potentially revamp it a little bit, and that I think they made Grim Forest instead.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
right. Same. They did. You're right. And then now it seems like lately the narrative has changed to no, Doom Tower and Curse City and Tag Team, they're done. They're completed
yeah,
features in the game. But I kind of like, I think I might be in the minority here because I think the larger player base would probably just be like, nah, just give us instant battles and we'll be done with Tag Team. Ash, shut
yeah.
up, Ash. But I would actually rather see them fix it, man. I want like, and I think that the two ways they could fix it is to make it the actual gameplay. They could make it actual tag team where when your champion dies, you can choose champions to slot in like a tag team, like wrestling match, you know? And then the other reason, this is the low hanging fruit here, but how about you just go in and fix that damn bazaar, man? I mean, like those rates are ridiculous, dude.
Yeah,
You go look at the clan shop and you look at the bazaar and you're like, what is going on here? You know?
Yeah, agreed. It would be super fun, all right, if they did something unique instead of just being it's 3 arena fights which are the same as every other arena mode. It'd be like, actually tag champs in and do something cool. Yeah, that'd be sick. As you said, I do suspect that this is them just going, we are abandoning tag team. It's gone. Done. Cool.
Instant battle. You don't have to look at it, guys. Just go in there, click, done.
Well, speaking of instant battle, they've talked about Chimera quick battles being something that will come eventually for sure. So yeah, that's cool. They've talked about return of past fusions coming potentially this year. They've talked about event relics potentially coming back this year. Player profile customizations. I don't know why I didn't put the 2 relic things beside each other, but improvements to relic crafting chances. They teased us about that months ago. I held on to my relics for months. I just gave up before Christmas. I was like, screw it, I'm crafting them. It worked out for me, luckily. I know that like Boozor, though, he crafted all his and had a terrible time. I think Big Papa Drock as well. So I was pretty nervous going into it, but I couldn't help myself and I got away with it.
What did you get? How many mythicals did you get?
I think I crafted like 4 or 5. I've got a good few now, actually. I've been pretty lucky. Let me see. Equipped, and I can see
rarity.
Oh, rarity. There we go. I have 3 of these now. I got a chrysalid. I've got Faction Wars, and I've got this.
The crown of corruption, my fave.
I love it. Yeah,
I have mine on those areas too. I have the same thing.
Nice. Yeah. Oh, it's so good on him because he's one of my favorite champs. But yeah, I want more. I really want more of all Cardiac Hearts. They're like the one I think is really fun to play around. There's not many resistant. But yeah. So.
I have one of those, but it's like stuck on my Titus Wixwell.
Squad,
you know? So like I don't know. I wish they would. This is my big thing, man. I'll wait till the wish list. I'll wait till the wish list to give my wishes.
Yeah, I could tell you like for that. I messaged my clan leader and I was like, so I got a Valcardiac Heart. Do I need to put it on my Titus team or like can I use it for PvP? Because we really like Siege as well. We're pretty hardcore about Siege. And he was like, you can do what you want, man. Like go for it. It's good for Siege. And I was like, yes, thank you.
Nice,
this
man.
Great.
Nice,
Screw that Titus team. But yeah.
We're not that hardcore that I have to ask permission.
Yeah.
But I put it on my Titus team like a good boy.
They've talked about upping summon event multipliers, so like X15 events starting at X20 or something.
Yeah.
I thought this was really fun. New summon events for pulling champions that you don't own, so helping you fill out your collection with stuff that's actually missing. Not like today, I got my like 5th Norog today, not Norog, Nogdar today, and I was like, he's a cool champion, but give me something new, please.
Right, and he's already gotten a buff, so he's not going to get another one.
He's not getting any better. And yeah, then Demon Lord remixed and potentially Hydra remixed as well. So bringing back old clan bosses, I don't know, in potentially like a new mode, time limited mode. It's really vague as to what that actually means, but yeah, potentially this old content being remixed in some ways with potentially new rewards. I assume it would be like a new thing on top of what already exists. I don't think that they would
trials
change.
Or something like the trial concept, maybe.
Could be that. Yeah, that would make sense. But yeah, out of all of these, like, are there any that you're super excited for? Any that you're like not too pushed? Like, what would be your top? If you had to pick like 3, what are the top 3 you're most excited about? Tough.
I think honestly, Chimera Quick Battles is 3. I will go 3 to 1. Is 3. Number 2 is the new. Okay, well, first of all, new relics or bring back old relics, like that is maybe 3B for me because it's not big enough for me to be like, yes, but like I could really use a cat's gaze, man. You know, like I mean, you know. So number 2 for me is the new summoning events for pulling champions you don't have.
That's
For
so cool,
veteran
yeah.
players, man, that's huge. Like, forget +1 legendary events. But give me a champion I don't have. You're gonna get a lot of whales going heavy on that bad boy, right? And
Hmm.
then number 1 for me is bringing back old fusions, dude.
Ooh.
I am so excited about this one, but I'm actually excited for the broader player base because I went for most of the fusions that I really need on my account.
Mm.
I have a few that I missed that I really want, so I'm excited about it too. But imagine if you don't have a new or an Armands or a Lady Noelle or someone who's just like really pivotal to account Titus.
Yeah.
Imagine being able to go back in there and taking a second crack at it. Oh, that's going to be such a game changer for folks out there. And that I just did a video on this, and it was you were the one doing the interview with Banana Jam, but the way that she spoke about it, I'm reading into this. She didn't say this verbatim,
Mm.
but it sounded like it was going to be an event, like a bringing back fusion event, like singular, not plural. And it sounded like one of the follow-up questions was, is it going to include every fusion of all time or just recent ones? And I kind of got the impression that it was going to be kind of like player's choice to an extent, meaning that maybe there'll be like the same epic champions, same rare champions for everybody, but then there's a selector on who you want to go for. That's not confirmed. I just want to be very clear. That's not what she said, but that's kind of what my best guess.
It'd
And
be a
that'd be
good way to
awesome,
do it.
bro.
Yeah, that'd be a good way to do it. Give people the
Who's your-
choice. Sweet.
Yeah.
Um,
Who's
I-
your number 1? Missing like Titus, Wixwell, Newt,
yeah,
Fabian, and Armands. Or do you think those are like the biggies?
yeah, probably the biggest ones. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the massive ones. Like Lady Noelle's really nice as well now.
Yeah.
You got a nice
Yeah.
glow up, but yeah, any of the one, I don't know. Yeah, it's easy to miss a fusion as well, right? Just because you're busy with
Yeah.
real life stuff or whatever, and yeah, having a second chance to get it's pretty cool. Like I
Have you missed
remember
anybody?
I remember going back years now. Like when I started the game right after Kreela Witcharm came into the game.
Okay.
And I remember joining the clan, and everyone was running Deadwood Jedi, Kreela Uncreelable teams, which was like a Kreela Witcharm man-eater thing. Everyone in the
Okay.
clan, I was like, for ages, I wanted this champ. And then a couple of years later, they were like, Kreela fragments are back. And I was like, oh my God. So I went and I did all the events and I was so excited. I got 10 fragments and that was it. And I was like, what the fuck is it? What am I going to do with 10 fragments? And then eventually they were turned into like chests for mod or whatever. But I was like,
Oh
this is
my God.
useless event. I was so hyped for it. So if they actually do it properly this time, actually properly bring back a full fusion that you can actually get and not like 10 or 15 fragments.
No, dude, I don't want any of these fragments. I want
No.
a real life fusion, and I'd be really disappointed if that was the case. Do you
Yeah.
have any that you're missing that would be top of your list to go for?
I would say the most frustrating one to miss was the one I missed by accident, which was Emic Trunkheart. So
I missed him too, bro.
Yeah,
He's on my list.
feels bad. I did the entire thing, and I clearly thought I had completed an event, and I missed it. I literally got to the very end, and I was sitting there with 3 epics fused, 3 rares, going,
And you're like, when's the next event?
wait, it's over. And I think I pulled up some shards in desperation, didn't get them, and I was like, well, shit. And yeah, that was Firegun Isbale, and then I like fed them all, and then I think they brought out the Lady Mikage fusion really soon after that. And then I didn't have because I fed them all. I didn't have a spare Firegun Isbale for Mikage. I was like, no, what are you doing, Flario? Why?
You're just digging yourself even deeper, man.
Yeah, why are you torturing me?
I missed on Mad Hatter. The only 3 I've ever, well, not the only 3 I've ever missed on. The 3 that I don't have because I subsequently pulled some is Mad Hatter, Emic Trunkheart, and Thor. And all 3 of them, I'm sad to say, were the same situation as you, where I was like, I think I'm doing well. Like I was busy and stuff, but like I thought I was staying up on everything, and then the last day gets there, and just like you, I pulled shards. I'm like, give me the epic or whatever, and it didn't work out. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
What about you? What is your number 1 on that list on the TBDs?
Ooh, it's pretty close. Yeah, I suppose like for me personally, because I have most of the past fusions, I'm like, I probably wouldn't put it number 1 for me, but I think for the community, I could really understand that being super high up. I would probably put, actually, I'm kind of intrigued by the Demon Lord remix. I'm like, okay, if that's done well, that could be really fun. And like when I joined the game, like it sort of already solved content. It was like, just go to deadwoodjedi.com and build a team and it's done. But like, I think for a lot of players who started before me, it's such fond memories for them of progressing on Demon Lord and fighting it and taking it down. So I think that it could be a really fun bit of content to bring back. And I think even for new players these days, like if you get a Wixwell, you're kind of like, oh, I just killed Demon Lord. I guess it's over. Like
Yeah.
Xenomorph's
Yeah.
insane. Like it's so much easier these days. So yeah, having
Yeah,
some
you
fun.
can almost brute force it, even as a fairly new player, especially they're giving out like, Narmas and Eleanorils and all these poisoners for new accounts, Tuana Rocks promo codes, so there's a lot of ways to get in there and just kind of brute force your way through nowadays.
Yeah, I'll put it in as 3C. Why not?
Don't lie, Nubs. It was the improvement to the profile customization.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! My beautiful Crown of Corruption Lazarius. There he is.
Nice,
fantastic. I've got my Predator in there now. So I love my Predator. Where is he? This is kind of cheeky, but it's like, look at this. Look at it. Predator. He's taking them all down. What actually happens, he does win sometimes, but you can only, I think, lose 10 fights a day. So it stops showing them eventually. And you just get this wall of victories.
Oh,
like, one man Predator. Woo! But actually, he's probably losing loads in between. But he does pretty good, right? But it's fun. But yeah. Yeah. The profile. I'm kind of up for that. That's quite fun. I like the profile customization stuff. That's great. I'm pretty hyped for all this stuff. Could be good, but I would put them in pretty darn similar order to how you rank them as well, for sure. So
okay, cool.
There we go. Oh, I guess quick wish list stuff. I could tell you. I'll give you my top one, and you can give a couple if you want, but my top number one, I put a few, but I'll just cover the one, was please improve accessories. One suggestion I've seen, which would be great, would be instead of having accessories be tied to the factions, have it be tied to the alliances instead, and it just becomes so, it basically removes, gives it a quarter of the work compared to what it is before. So instead of dwarf accessories, it would be Nyrus and Union accessories. So it's still themed, it's still a bit limited, but instead of having to manage what is soon to be 16 factions and soon to be 2 more variable sets as well, it would be okay. I'm just managing.
A good idea. 4. I hadn't even thought of that, but that's not a bad idea. It would be a big game changer too for banners and whatnot, speed, what you can do with your account. To have that flexibility, and we all have those factions. Well, at least I do. That I'm still missing like a decent banner, a halfway decent banner, or one, stone skin amulet in a random faction. I'm like, how am I don't have this? Right. So it'd be nice to have that remedied. So I agree with you.
100%. For my account, I just cannot get. Marius has my stone skin accessories for skinwalkers, and I just can't get any more. And Gallius, I'm like, I want to use him. He's so much fun. And I can't use I use him in Siege when I can swap the gear around, but I'm like, I can't use him in Live Arena. He just can't get stone skin. It's impossible. Dude, and I'm like, I'm Chaos in every single piece that I might get to make it relevant, and it doesn't work. I'm like, So it would be sick. But
that's a good one though. That's a good one.
Do you have like a top 1 or 2 things for your wish list for 2026 you want to see?
Yeah, man, I don't know if they'll ever do it, but like to me, it feels so archaic and just, I don't know. It feels awful feeling of the cost to redo masteries and and blessings.
Yeah.
And basically when they charge you the gems, like I can understand why they did it back in the day, but now that the way that this game has evolved, the truth is that even Plarium is kind of pushing us in the direction of having multiple builds with the presets, which I think is amazing.
Yeah.
And everything they've done to the game. But like the problem is I'm not going to want, polymorph in PvE environments. I'm not going to, basically the way that this game has gone is such that it plays to the way the game works to have multiple builds on a champion. So in the same way that they have already the champion tags, and there's build 1, build 2, build 3, arena build, whatever. For me, what I've seen other games do is just have a PvP build and a PvE build that we can swap between, especially again for blessings and for masteries. 2 builds that we don't have to pay gems to switch. Now, if we want to switch those builds within the profile, yeah, sure, still charge us gems. I mean, ideally they would never do it, but like I'm reasonable, right? But like allow us to have 2 loadouts for each champion, because man, I spend so much gems just switching back and forth on blessings or whatever, So I would love to have 2 loadouts for those areas and remove the cost. I'd also love to remove the cost, frankly, of swapping out relics. I just think it has that same dirty feeling of swapping out, paying silver to swap out artifacts. And man, that's going to be the best thing they've ever done to this game, you know?
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I think it's just so much more interesting to be like, I mean, like with Hilvi, for example, who just came out. Oh, well, she's not level 60, but like with her, it'd be so much fun to be like, oh, well, what would happen if I did give her, because I'm lucky enough to have one of the Skull of Treasons, wherever it is,
Mhm.
that makes HP burn stronger. What if I threw that on with the Incinerate Blessing? I'd love to test that, but I'm like,
Test it. Yeah. No.
I can't. Well, I can on the test server, but it's not the same. I can't test it on my actual account. It's just too. I don't have the Starstone to spare. I'm gonna
No.
run out. I'll be down to 6 Starstone right after this video again.
Yeah.
And
It's so
yeah,
prohibitive to just
yeah,
playing with the champions that you work so hard to get, you know, like allow us to just do that, you know. And again,
yeah.
they've taken strides in that direction with the artifacts and accessories. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
hopeful that they will consider that. But yeah, I would love to have,
Great.
it's like, it's not the biggest thing in the world, because I think if I could only choose one thing, it would just be to continue to add in time-saving mechanisms. I don't mind playing the game, man. Like I'm here to play the game. I don't want a game that you can't play, but at the same time, I think it's some of the old area. Like one of the other big things, if I had to, you know, whittle it down, and
Yeah.
this one, I haven't heard many people talk about it, Nubs. But to me, one of the biggest things they could do is if you clear normal mode on Doom Tower, Curse City, and Grim Forest, it's an
Auto.
instant every month. It's
Yeah.
it's a one-click auto. And I know that some people, like, especially endgame players, are like, dude, I don't even really care that much about the normal modes. I never do them anyway. But like, trust me, when you get this massive boatload of rewards with
Yeah.
one tap, you will care, because there's a lot. There's tons of speed glyphs. Even, you know, I don't know if they do it with Grim Forest being so new, but man, at least Curse City and Doom Tower, there's so many resources there. And really grinding through normal mode, especially when you can already complete it and you're already on hard mode,
Yeah.
that's not fun at all, you know? So it's faster, but it's not fun. So I would love instant complete on normal difficulty if you can already prove that you can clear them.
100% agree. I think it's a great idea. Yeah, I'd love to see as well new content for Grim Forest, but I think that, you know, people are going to get burned out of it if they don't add new stuff, and it's got such potential. I really hope this isn't a content that they just walk away from. I think you come back, you add cool stuff in here, and like this could be such a good mode over the long term. But as you said, like having to go back in and clear out normal now as well, I'm like, oh, I really don't. This is so easy. I really don't want to do it. Like I'm just using this time as testing out Lashun with the 4 things, right? I'm seeing.
I did the same exact thing.
I gave it one shot when I first got there, and I got absolutely destroyed. So we'll see.
I did the same thing. I was like, maybe I can just take it, but you know what I do is like I do like psychological games with myself on Curse City and Grim Forest normal, is where like I try to bust out the most time consuming content. So I try to aim for only the things, and then I try to, like, when I'm short on time one day, I'll go do the footpaths only, you know, just you know. So and the same thing with Curse City. I try to make my way right to the Soul Cross, to the hard point, and bust those out first, and then I have an easier rest of the month, you know. But like, come on, I don't want to play these games. Just give me the instant clear, you know.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think it'd be great. Easy way to save so much time,
right?
And it would feel like a pretty big accomplishment. Like, oh, I fully cleared Grim Forest normal. I can instant complete it next month and just focus on actually progressing in hard. That would be
tons
such
of resources,
a feel good moment. So
yeah. Do you my final question for you is I've noticed that like 3 years in a row now, they've introduced like their their update cadence in terms of like how they do things. Is usually the December is the massive update, right? The big content. And then earlier in the year, there's usually sometimes like a little mini piece of content, like maybe hard mode dungeons or whatever, or something like that.
Yeah.
But they usually have been adding a new layer of like complexity to the way that we can upgrade and customize our champions. So 2 years ago, early in Q2, they added blessings, and then last year they added relics, or it might be 1 year off or whatever. But like they add, you know, these big things. Do you think they're going to add something along those lines this year? Do you think it's even needed at this point, now that we have so many different ways that we can build our champions?
Yeah, to be honest, I would prefer that they push that back like another year. I think we're good now. I think a lot of players are still trying to collect even good relics, full stop, right?
Yeah.
I think there's still so much longevity in the relics for now. I'd be like, And they're still adding new relics too. So I'm like, yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
We don't need more stuff in the future. Yeah, absolutely. Let's go. But for now, no, I think we're good. I'm more so expecting something new with champions because like Mythical's been around for a good bit now. Faction Unities, they've all come out unless they're gonna come and do a second one or whatever, or like Alliance Unity. But yeah, I'm thinking more some new interesting archetype of champion to spice
The
up
Void
collecting.
Mythical, is that what you're alluding to?
I could definitely see Void Mythicals this year. Yeah, I figured that
I
would
think
probably
they're
be a
coming out
December
because
thing. But
you asked about you and Boozer asked Banana Jam,
Yeah.
are there going to be Void Mythicals in 2025? And she
Yeah,
said, no, too early, don't you think?
yeah.
That was her answer. So that made me think,
Sus.
oh, 2026 then, huh?
Yeah, I'd be surprised if they didn't come this year because like I fought in Live Arena. You go into the fights and crypto pops up and it's all the +4 mythicals.
Yeah.
You're like, these guys have them all. They want stuff to spend money on. So I'd be shocked. Like they're bringing they stopped bringing mythicals out for a good while. They slowed down. Now they're bringing out some more new ones, which is cool. But there was a while where I was like, I remember thinking about it. It's like, gosh, we haven't had a new mythical in ages, and now they've really stepped it up again with like Joan and Axe, all the rest.
Yeah.
I think a Void Mythical could be kind of cool. Like one thing I love about Grim Forest is the remnants that you can get in hard. Like, okay, a lovely extra source of mythic. Like that's what we need. Mythicals are awesome, but players need to actually get them and play with them. So more mythicals, great. Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I was actually just going to go there and I didn't even realize, man, until like a few days ago that it was attached to the remnant summons. That the Grim Forest was added there. I will say this though. So I did an account showcase or something on a clan maybe like 2 months ago. I did a video and he had like 26 remnant summons like not used. And I immediately DM'd him. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Can I open these for a video? This is insane. They're by far and away, even on a 2x event, they're the best way, to your point, to get mythical champions. And he's like, oh, there's a method to my madness, Ash. He's like, I'm saving these all up until the day they release Void Mythicals.
Ooh.
And I'm like, damn, bro. Like, now listen, of course, there's probably going to be, now that I've said it, right, it's probably going to be like they come out and they're like, oh, they're not available in Remnant Summons. It's a whole new resource or whatever. But now, ever since then, I've started to save all mine. I'm at 9 right now. No big deal. So, yeah, I'm saving. It takes a lot of discipline because you want those mythicals. But if they're void and they're pullable in the summoning portal and the remnants, man, that'll be a happy day. So we'll see.
I mean, it does have epic and void epic in here.
Right?
It could happen. This is like, I'm notoriously pretty good at hoarding stuff, but for whatever remnant summons, I can't even wait for a champion chase, man. As soon as I get it, I'm like, press the button.
So you won't do it? You won't join the hoarding?
No, I keep meaning to try, and then I'm just sitting there looking, be like, that could be a mythical, and then I pull it, and then I sit looking at my epic normal champion going, well, okay, next time maybe.
It feels really bad. It feels really bad.
Yeah.
But what I think is the most likely scenario, and I don't know jack obviously about this, but I think they'll probably the most likely scenario is they add Void Mythical at like a 1% or something to Remnant, like a lower percentage than the Mythicals.
Definitely.
But who knows?
Yeah, it could even be like 0.5. Like, I think it'd be
easy.
Minuscule.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, we'll see. Guys, there you go. That is all the stuff, as far as I know, that is coming out in 2026 that they've revealed. If we missed anything, let us know in the comments. And yeah, give us your thoughts as well. What do you think about the stuff that's coming up? What would you like to see? What's on your wish list that hasn't been confirmed by Plarium? Let us know. While you're down there, check out Ash's channel. It's all linked down below. We'll be collabing all the good stuff. And check out the videos over there. We're going to jump over and record a video for Ash's channel too. So make sure to like and subscribe if somehow you haven't. And yeah, Ash, any final words for the video? It's been a long one. Any final words?
No, man, I'm actually really enjoyed it. It's flown by for me. So now happy New Year to your audience and happy New Year to you. And let's make it a banger in Raid Shadow Legends, man.
Sweet. Cheers. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you all next time. Goodbye.